everyone, it's Angela Allen from the Handmade Homestead. From the beginning of the year, I do something that a lot of homesteaders, urban homesteaders, or just pantry preppers do. I do a thorough inventory of the food that I have on hand to see what I need to use up before the growing season starts again. This is a good time. I have the extra spare time to do it. I check expiration dates. I start using up the items that are closer to expiration or the oldest things in my pantry. First in, first out. We practice that here. What I like to do is I like to inventory everything in my pantry, in my freezers, everything that's been dehydrated, and put aside everything in my prepared pantry, everything in my working pantry, all my herbs, spices, how much salt, sugar, flour, stuff like that I have in the house. And this is no exception. From now until maybe May, we are going to try to use up as much of our stored food, frozen vegetables, pickles, canned vegetables, jams and jellies, those kinds of things, getting prepared for when the harvest comes in again, starting late May and into June, July, and August, to be able to can that stuff. I really like to rotate through food as quickly as I can. And to be honest, we've had such a bonus year of vegetables from the garden in the last couple of years, especially green beans. If you've been here for any length of time, you know about the green beans around here. I probably have 5 years worth of green beans in my freezer. So we need to start using that stuff up, and I will gear what I plant this year based on what I need to refill my freezers for our small and becoming smaller all the time family. We have a really big, huge, big freezer, stand-up freezer. That's our meat freezer. And then we have two, and it's overflow too a little bit. And then we have two smaller chest freezers. One is for frozen fruit, one is for frozen vegetables. And right now my fruit freezer has as much vegetables as it has fruit in it. That's because since the end of a gardening season, again, a great gardening season, I still have a lot of fruits and vegetables to get through before it's harvest season again. We are definitely pushing it for starting, seedlings and stuff like that. I usually start seedlings in mid-February. I get them going. I have a greenhouse. I have a sun porch that's glass on 3 sides that works as a greenhouse for me. It's not heated, but it stays warm enough. And my seedlings will be going in and getting started out there soon, including 1 or 2 of those sweet potatoes down there will be used for slips for this year's sweet potatoes. I've done that for years now. I haven't bought seed sweet potatoes. We grow a purple Japanese sweet potato that, show it to you. You get a nice good sized potato with it. They're kind of funny looking, but the inside of these is neon purple, like the deepest purple I've ever seen. It's almost a black, bluish purple. It's so dark. They're delicious. We love them. I always keep 2 of the biggest, best looking sweet potatoes back, and those are what I start my slips with. All of the food in my kitchen is either in the refrigerator in the freezer or in here, and I have one Lazy Susan that's got some dried things that I add to cooking, like extra herbs and extra greens and things I sprinkle into soup, that kind of thing, and some dehydrated vegetables. And then of course you all know about my tea wall growing across the back, and I'll put a picture of that right here if I can slide that in so you can see it. So if you're still eating food from your garden, still harvesting, bringing stuff in to eat, or just eating other fresh food that you've grown on your windowsill, in a greenhouse, however you're doing it, slide a little comment below and let me know what zone you're in, what you have growing in the garden that you're still harvesting, and how that's going for you. And if you're not growing it in the garden, how you're growing it, because that's information that everybody really wants to know. We're going to do our best to keep any shopping that we do to a minimum for the next several months, to use up some of what we have in this house, to get everything as emptied as we can. And even come May, I might be handing off packs of green beans to my friends and neighbors, frozen green beans, already prepped, greens, pea pods, corn. I have a lot of stuff, squash, I have a lot of stuff like that in my freezer. And I might be handing some of that off to some of my neighbors and my friends, my poor friends. They're long suffering, you know, zucchini season, they get inundated too, but that's a story for this summer. We're gonna eat down as much as we can of the groceries that we have. We're gonna continue to grocery shop from our pantry for the next 2 months, 3 months maybe. There are some things I do have to buy at the grocery store. I have to buy milk and dairy products to make yogurt, to make soft cheeses, milk for drinking, milk for coffee. God knows we need milk for coffee. And paper products and meat products. Those are all things that we obviously don't produce ourselves on our little homestead. Now eggs are a bit of a problem right now. My girls really aren't laying much. We have 8 hens. They're not laying a lot because of the winter. They just finished molting a couple of weeks ago too. So we're only getting 1 or 2 eggs a day. And we are big egg eaters. My husband and I are big protein eaters, big eggs, especially big egg eaters. And you know, we're not getting that many. I do have eggs in my freezer. So when it's the height of egg laying season and my 8 girls are putting out half a dozen eggs a day, those will store up pretty quickly, and I will take freezer bags, actually vacuum seal bags, crack 6 eggs in a bag, shake them up really, really, really well, vacuum seal them and immediately freeze them. If I shake them and then freeze them immediately, they don't separate out again. Those eggs, when I take them out and defrost them, they are just like fresh. And I probably have 5 or 6 dozen eggs left in my freezer because we've been eating them for the last several months since the girls have been molting and not producing enough. So our chickens are pets as much as they're egg producers, and we definitely don't eat them. So we're not too worried about that one way or the other. They are great fertilizer producers for the garden, and they keep the bugs, the ticks especially, in our yard. We abut up against a couple properties that are wooded, and we do not use the flea and tick pesticide, insecticide chemicals on our dogs, and our dogs never have ticks. And here in Rhode Island, ticks are a big, big problem. If you find this content helpful, please like, subscribe, share, comment below. I love talking back and forth with you. I love hearing your shared experiences. Those are helpful to me. They're helpful to other subscribers who read the comments, and I really enjoy this community. You guys are great. You're a lot of fun, very interesting, and I learn something from you all every single day, and I want to thank you for that. I'm hoping that you have an amazing new year. I'm going to end this video out with just some more footage of the garden so you can see again what we're looking like. And take care. We'll see you soon.